What's up, everybody? It's Strings and Sweaters, and we're going to talk about the All-Star Jerseys. Let's get into this. So these All-Star Jerseys, people have been reacting to them. I put out a skit a few days ago giving sort of my imagination of most NHL fans' reaction when they first looked at this thing. When I first saw this jersey, I kind of had the same reaction, which was like, this must be kind of a bad, mock-up leak of somebody, imitating what it might look like, just a concept. But then slowly I realized this was a real thing. The jerseys were going to look like this. But honestly, the thing about the All-Star Game, especially for me, is I don't take the All-Star Game seriously. I don't take the All-Star Game, the Pro Bowl, MLB All-Star Game. I don't take it seriously in any sport. I don't really care for it, and I think the highlight of it is that it's just a fun way for teams, players to kind of express themselves and show their personality. So in my opinion, this idea and concept is actually a great one because it's out there. It shows a lot of personality. I think the problem is just who it's coming from. Justin Bieber and outsourcing Drew House, his company, to design this jersey was a big mistake. Just because it got a little too Drew Housey and lost a lot of NHL recognition at all. A lot of people are saying this looks like a jersey you would see that would show up at JCPenney's or Macy's as kind of like this one-off crazy replica NHL style jersey, and that's what this looks like. I think the logo is stitched on, but there's sublimation with the star behind the logo. I do know that the stars on the sleeves are stitched on. And of course, you're going to have the 4 teams, so you're going to have to make this logo fit with the 4 different colors: red, blue, white, and yellow. And I think it fits with a few of them. I really like the white one and how the yellow kind of stands out on the white. I don't mind the yellow on yellow or the gold on gold jersey, but I really don't like the red one. It reminds me of McDonald's colors. And then the blue one is okay, but also a little bit rough given the graphics. How kind of, I don't know how to call it. It's this 80s graphic. I mean, you can see it right here. I'll put it up. It's just really kind of grainy, pixelated. Looks like it was drawn on Microsoft Paint Star. And it doesn't look that great on a blue jersey or a red jersey. And when we turn this jersey around, the numbers, even the way that the number has this white highlight in it, it's sublimated. It has that goofy kind of black silhouette outline. It's kind of has some elements of graffiti spray paint style, but the graffiti spray paint that you would have used on Microsoft Paint or Microsoft Word back in the day, that just looks like crap, honestly. And then I think, just what I was saying before, Drew House making this jersey, I think they took a lot of risks here, and risks that there's a lot of jersey fouls. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be done on this jersey that were done. Looking at the back of this jersey, the nameplate should not be under the numbers. I think that should not happen in any jersey ever. It's a cool fashion style. Maybe this is a jersey that Drew House should have released in their own clothing line as sort of a clothing jersey style, piece for their spring or whatever spring collection. But this is just something you don't do with a jersey, is put the nameplate underneath the numbers. Second thing about the nameplate, the names, as you can see here, are in lowercase font. That's ridiculous. It reminds me of Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. It reminds me of Cam Newton's style of writing on his social media, where he has that weird font. It's just so immature. It's so Zoomer. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, it's a generation that I don't think the hockey fans right now are resonating with. That being said, this is the time to do it. The All-Star Game is a perfect time to try to make something that the younger audience can connect to, and maybe that's what the younger audience really likes. They like Drew House. They like this style, this crazy. I mean, it really does. It does remind me of stuff I see in fashion. Like I am hip to fashion. I follow fashion. I follow on Instagram like Vietmans and Balenciaga and Gucci, and they do try really bold things like this. Is Drew House that though? I don't think it is. And is the NHL the place for that? I don't think it is. And there's some design errors in here, like the foresight on putting the numbers on the arm that's going to have the Adidas stripe on it, and then also needing to have two shoulder patches, one for the All-Star logo and then the team on. You're having basically the three stripes of the Adidas stop on the blank jersey, on the shoulders up here, and then again on the arm. So it's like a really random area for the stripes to stop on the jersey. It's also the format template of the NHL practice jerseys to have those three stripes down the sleeves. So definitely gives people a bad impression in the fact that it looks like a practice jersey. The one thing I love about this jersey though is I'm just such a sucker for stars on the sleeves, and I love that they put the star, and it's like a stitched star too. It's not just like sublimated on top of the Adidas stripe. That's really cool. I really like, let's see. I like that the logo is that big. I know some people have a problem with the logo being huge, but I actually really like this style, how it's like oversized. It's very gaudy, but that's cool. Again, I think that white jersey is actually really good. Like the white jersey, everything pops, everything like works together well. It's just that it on the other colors, because you have these four teams being drafted to play in the All-Star game, it's just not gonna work with all the colors. And that's the one thing they needed to think about was, let's put a logo on this that's gonna work with all the colors. Now, the thing that people are also upset with is the branding on the hanger effect, or inside of the collar area, sizing area, where you have the Drew House logo. I stand with that. I disagree that I don't think any clothing, company should have their logo inside an NHL jersey, even if they designed it. It should only be branded by Adidas. We already have enough ads on jerseys, and I think everybody, who needs to know, who wants to know, will know that this was designed by Drew House. We don't need the smiley face. I mean, seriously, imagine if you put the smiley faces as shoulder patches on here. That would be an outright crime. Like, one thing that could have helped this jersey could have been on the waistline, another stripe down on the waistline to break it up. Also, another thing that could have helped was thinking really hard about the font that we're choosing for the numbers, and also the nameplate. The font looks like it was just the first font that they could find on Word. I don't know. I get it. Like I do get it, because I follow like Cactus Jack and what Travis Scott has been doing with his clothing line, and there's some really cool stuff that he does for an affordable price, and I really appreciate that. But NHL jerseys are not affordable right now. I mean, this is blank ones are retailing for $189.99, and if you want to get it customized with a kit, I don't know why you would, because why would you want that horrible kit nameplate underneath the numbers? But that's going to be like $230. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. If I were to rank this among other AllStar Jerseys, I would probably give this like a 5 out of 10. Last year's being like a 9 out of 10. But there's been some All-Star jerseys in the past designed by the NHL, or from what I would assume would be people in the NHL, that were just super lazy and boring. So I give this credit for standing out. We'll always remember this year for this jersey. So that's cool. It didn't just like get lost in the, time of many All-Star jerseys passing, but we'll definitely remember this one. Probably not for good reasons. And then lastly, I just want to take this time to just really crap on Fanatics, because I see this every time a new jersey drops, is the Fanatics version drops too, and the colors aren't even the same colors. Like, how are you not able to get the same color? The the yellow is like a mustard yellow on the Fanatics one, and then it's like a bright gold that matches the logo on the Adidas one. It's like this for all the jerseys. All the Fanatics ones are the wrong shade of color. Like, what is that? That's horrible. So, and then also just really upsetting that the Fanatics tag on the waistline is actually going to be placed over the edge of the star. One of the star's points, the bottom, I think, left point. The Fanatics logo is over top of the edge. I get the Fanatics logo is going to be in the same spot for every jersey. That just looks like crap to me. So that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this All-Star jersey? Do you like it? No hate if you like it, because I think there are some good things about this. Do you hate it? I think there's some things that we could take away from this and maybe think about in the future for All-Star jerseys, because it is fun, and I think All-Star jerseys should be fun. Last year was perfect. The colors were amazing. It was fun. It represented what it was. This year we have a different format. We have the 4 teams, so we did have to rethink how it was going to look, but there's better ways to do it. And outsourcing to Drew House, hopefully that never happens again. Yeah, and let me know in the comments if you like this sort of content. We're reacting to jerseys, hockey news. Please subscribe. This is Strings and Sweaters. I try to upload at least weekly, especially if there's a jersey drop. And definitely check out the skit I did. It was fun to make. Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. I'll see you next time. Peace out.